To load your footage into Premiere is going to take the same amount of time as it did to shoot it as it does to load it. So if you have a 10-minute video, it's going to take 10 minutes to put onto the computer. And to do that, just go to File, Capture, and then with your camera set up, you hit the record button and it'll just record all your stuff. When you're done, you can close up this window. Actually, you have to hit the record button again. It's just like using a camera. And then once you're done that, your footage will show up in this bin over here, and you can start using it. So once you've got your footage loaded up into Premiere, what you're going to do is quite simply you're going to select some of it and edit it. So to do that, double click on the footage in your bin. You'll preview it here in this window, and as you can see, there's some footage. If you want to select a clip, say I want to select a little clip from here to about here, what I can do is I can just hit I for input and move my scripper to where I want to finish, and O for output. And you can see it highlights that little area, and I can drag that into my timeline. And then I can use that as my footage. And then I can go further down here in this window and do it again, I, and then say I want it to go to there, and O for output, and I can drag that in. And you can see I can drag my footage around in any order I like. Once the footage is in here, you can remove the audio if you want by locking your video and clicking on the audio and hitting delete, or you can keep your audio, or you can delete your video, and you do that just the same way, but you lock your audio. So say you want to keep your audio and get rid of your video. Pretty straightforward. If you want to add a title to this, just go to Title, New Title, and Default Still. We'll hit OK, and we'll type in title. And I'll select that, and I'll choose maybe one of these fancier styles down here so we can see that a little better. And then I can move that around to wherever I want. And then I just close this up. And my title will be over here, and I can drag it onto the timeline, and I can have it over top of my clip, and I can stretch it out if I want for as long or as little as I want. And now that will show up there. Looks good. If you get a red bar up top, just go to Sequence and go Render Effects and Work Area, and the computer will process anything that's been added to that. And that's basically it. So for your first assignment, you're going to take all your shots, you're going to load them in, you're going to select which ones with the I and O keys, drag them into your timeline, and then you're going to add titles for each one. So if it's a long shot, you put long shot. If it's a close-up, you put close-up. And I think that's pretty self-explanatory. If you have questions, you can always ask your instructor, or you can refer to the tutorial videos in your folder.